Just before I move on to the procedural text, one thing I didn't mention in the previous video is keeping in mind the function of this particular letter is an argument. We can see language features connected to that function. For example, this emotive vocabulary, expressing my disgust, the barbaric scientific testing conditions. These kind of words, they denote a very strong feeling, a strong opinion on this topic. And if we scroll down, you can also see this high modality. In this case, there must be a serious and intensive campaign. So it's this kind of vocabulary which helps the text to become a successful piece of communication. Now, if we were to compare this with another text, this one is a procedure. It's a recipe for potato and chicken curry. So let's compare it. What is the point of this text? Well, the point is for the reader to be able to successfully follow this recipe and make a potato and chicken curry. So if we try to analyze the language in terms of field, tenor and mode, it will give us a better understanding of what's going on in the text. What's the field? Well, the field, it's not recipe, it's not procedure, it's food, cooking. How to cook a particular dish. That's our field. That's the subject matter. What is the tenor? Well, the tenor is reader and writer. We don't know who the author is, and we assume that we don't know who the intended reader is either. So compared to the previous text, there's no need for a greeting and a closing. Dear Mr. I forget his name, Hardcase. Dear Mr. Hardcase. Not necessary, because the intended reader is absent from this text. It's not intended for any particular person. So connected to this is the fact that we can just list the necessary ingredients without any need to make a full sentence, because it's understood. These are the ingredients. You don't need to address the reader personally. And just the same as in the method, we have these command verbs or imperatives. Dice potatoes. There's no need to say, please dice the potatoes and then place them in a small saucepan. Unnecessary, because the writer and the reader have no intention of having any personal interaction here. So that's why we have these very brief bullet point style clauses here. Cover with water, drain and set aside. Also, because because timing is so important in cooking, we also see these linking words for time. Meanwhile, for 10 to 12 minutes, until cooked through. So you can see how the type of language is very different from an argumentative letter, because the social function of the text is very different. And I'm going to talk about this just a little bit more and summarize in the next video.